what Canada is made of. People who believe.
Believe! See, he can even be a badass like Hulk Hogan. Wait a minute.
Incredible win by this incredible team.
What are they laughing at? Oops. Hey guys. I was checking out Justin Trudeau. The Raptors won the national world championships of basketballing recently. There was riots and stuff and people were killed. But he got out there and he was just so real when he was talking about them that I thought, this guy is the most personable, like you and me kind of leader, not just Canada's ever had, but the world has ever had. Check him out. Check him out, sorry. Look at his jeans on. And he always has fun socks.
World champions!
He's loud.
This was an incredible victory for the Raptors, but for the fans as well. You stood behind those Raptors every day. Win, loss, every single day. You showed what Canada is made of. People who believe.
Believe! See, he can even be a badass like Hulk Hogan. Wait a minute.
Incredible win by this incredible team.
What are they laughing at?
So Canadian. It was done.
It was
with
a Canadian.
Sportsmanship.
That's Canadian.
With elegance, with
Canadian.
compassion,
Canadian.
and mostly with incredible hard work.
Work!
The diversity this team represents is that of the
Look at that
entire
diversity.
country, of the
Hold on a
entire
second.
world.
This pisses me off when people laugh at him because they're used to someone like Trump who's just a Nazi and says like black people are stupid and Mexicans should be flushed down the toilet and Chinese people should be in the garbage where they belong. And then someone comes up and goes, actually, I love diversity. And I love pointing it out and everyone goes, haha, you're a wimp. Oh, really? Does a wimp say hard work? No, that sounded like Hulk Hogan. And look, the team is diverse. There's that guy. He doesn't look like the other guys. So there's both races in that basketball team. But it reminded me of sort of a throwback look at just the fact that we have someone with the most, and he was a drama club teacher too, the most dramatic range out of any prime minister, including Maggie Thatcher. And I don't know if Nelson Mandela was a prime minister, but he seemed less emotional. Remember, there was a band called the Tragically Hip, and Justin Trudeau wasn't really known as cool until the Tragically Hip got on stage and said, that guy's cool, and pointed to Justin Trudeau, and he finally felt validated. And so when the singer died, the only guy who's ever validated him, he took it really hard. This is kind of an old video, but you'll remember it, right?
We are...
He's crying.
We are less
oh, wait, go back. I love that thing that only a drama club teacher could do where he does a little laugh in his cry and he goes, Gordon, huh, and does a little, huh, as he's crying. Could you do that? You're probably too stupid. There it is. Go back a little more. I want to see it.
Certainly drawn inspiration and strength from, and we are less as a country without Gord Downie in it. And we all knew it was coming.
I love the laugh.
But we hoped it wasn't. And I thought I was going to make it through this, but I'm not. It hurts.
Crying and laughing at the same time.
Mes amis québécois qui ont moins bien connu.
Moins bien connu, là.
Que les autres Canadiens.
Pleurer? Or is that raining? Anyway, he was back in the news recently because they were talking about a new recycling initiative in Canada, which, by the way, is incredibly complicated. I can barely figure it out. You can barely figure it out. But yet when Justin Trudeau can't explain it perfectly, everyone freaks out and calls him an imbecile. First, I'm going to show you what he said, and then I'm going to explain to you why that's perfectly reasonable.
What do you and your family do to cut back on plastics?
We have recently switched to drinking water bottles out of when we have water bottles out of plastic.
Just bring me back
away from plastic towards paper, like drink box water bottles, sort of things. There's a number.
There's a number of different ways that it can be done. Why'd you go back to the beginning? Was it over? Yeah, it's not as simple. Like, you have to do all these little tiny things in order to save the country, to save the environment, to save Mother Nature. And when you have water, if you have water bottles, then you drink them out of maybe a paper bottle. We don't have those yet, but we'll be getting those. You see, we're still figuring it out as you go. It's okay to have questions. It's okay to be human. To think that recycling is something that can just be figured out. Did you know that 30% of what you put in your recycling bin ends up in a landfill? So, but the world only recycles about 10% of its plastic. So 90% of what they do goes to the landfill, and only 30% of us goes. So we're 60% better than the rest of the world. You see how complicated it gets? He's leading, as far as landmass goes, he's leading the second biggest country in the world. These things are not that simple. Look at trade deficit when you're buying steel back and forth. You've tried to explain to me how it's figured out. This is a real person, just like you and just like me, talking about when you buy the steel. He'll try.
We import more steel than the Americans import. We have a significant trade surplus.
I don't get it.
Significant trade surplus with us on steel, which means we buy steel from them, they buy steel from us.
You got a person for a prime minister. You got a human being. You got someone who cries and hasn't figured out absolutely everything in the world. You got a guy who is behind the Raptors and who loves diversity and winning with hard work and elegance. He's a quintessentially Canadian guy. He's a quintessentially young Western male. And we all have to be more like him. We all have to open our hearts to crying our eyes out and screwing up questions. I am Miles McInnes. I make videos about social justice. To see them all, go to nohate.com.